All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to tonight's Team After Shots Zoom call. It is November 23rd, which means we are like 1 month away from Christmas. Yay! Anyway, so tonight we have Jackie talking and sharing with us how she has managed to be like a coach recruiting pro. And so I'm very excited for this. I'm personally probably going to take like a gazillion notes. So this is awesome. I'm really excited. And I also just wanted to share just a couple things. So Team Victory All-Stars call tonight was another really awesome call, and it's one that I really think everybody should watch, just like the Justin Stanley one. This was Maria shared her story, and she just made a lot of really great points, and then like everybody was crying too, and it, that always just makes it that much more fun. Because the emotion gets in it. And they were just talking about how, once again, how when sometimes you have that fear holding you back from like inviting somebody to this opportunity or to a challenge group, you're afraid they're going to say no. You're afraid that maybe it's not for them and maybe they don't want to do it. So you don't even ask them. But really, you don't know whose lives you might change down the line from just asking that one person. And it's not even just that one person. It's who then are they going to invite down the line, whose lives you might change. And then it just keeps going. So it's really, it just kind of goes back to how it's really kind of selfish to not ask, But anyway, so that was probably my biggest takeaway from that call. But it was a really, really good call. And then just two other things I wanted to remind you guys of. The first thing is that we have our Team After Shots Diet Bet Challenge that starts on Wednesday. So if you haven't already put your bet in, it's a $10 bet or whatever, then make sure to join because it's going to be awesome. Diet bets always just get me like that much more excited, motivated, and it's going to really push us, I think, through Christmas because this diet bet will end on Christmas Eve. So it's perfect. And then also the 21-day fixed Team Victory All-Stars coach only group will start next Monday, but the group is already created. So if you haven't already seen, Anna posted the link to the group in that thread on the Team Victory All-Stars page where she was talking about doing the coach only 21-day fixed group. So that's where the link to the group is in that thread. So if you haven't already seen it and you haven't already joined that group, it is up already. So just go to that thread on Team Victory All-Stars and join. And we're all going to start 21-day fix next Monday, December 1st. And that's the plan for that. But yeah, so that's all that I have for tonight. And with that, I will let Jackie take it away.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. I'm really excited for tonight's call. Although you all know, well, maybe you don't all know, for those of you new coaches, but I do not like talking on videos. Not at all. I love sitting here. I love talking to all of you guys, especially because, you're all so far away from me. So, but I love talking on calls, but at the same time, they scare me. So I love when Lara makes me talk on calls. She doesn't usually ask. She just tells me. She's like, oh, this is a great, coaching opportunity. That's a great topic for Sunday. So you can host call, right? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, that works. Sure. Okay. But so I'll just jump right in. I have quite a few pages of notes for you guys. So I really went through this pretty thoroughly so that I could give you guys everything that I've been doing. So in the last 30 days, I have signed up 4 coaches. And I just wanted to first go through, tell you guys where I know those coaches from or where I've found them. And also how long I've been talking to those coaches. So you'll realize that it's not always something that happens overnight. One of the coaches I signed up, I've known since high school. Actually, before that, I grew up in a very small town, so everybody knew everyone. And I've been talking to her since June, and she signed up in November. Another coach I actually got from a like page ad that I ran on my like page back in February. And she signed up to coach in the end of October. My last two coaches, well, one of my coaches, I met through my husband's work. She is, like I am, a wife into his work. There's a whole bunch of us who have been relocated to Virginia. But I've actually been talking and working with her since May, and she just purchased her third program and decided to become a Beachbody coach. And the other is one of her best friends that I have been working with since May as well. So none of these four coaches that I just now started talking to. So these are all relationships that I've been building for a really long time. And they've all been in my free clean eating groups. They've all been in all of my free groups. And I've tried to keep tabs on them ever since the beginning. But so then I will talk to you about the three different types of coaches that I see and the three different ways that I approach them when it comes to having them become coaches and presenting the opportunity. So there's the discount coach, which is what I see as like your bottom level of coaches. They really love the product and you're really just looking at it so that they can save money. Because if they're loving the product and getting Shakeology on Home Direct every month, there's really no reason for them not to just save money and be a discount coach and get discounts on other products. So these are long-term customers, like I said, and complete lovers of the product. They've tried a couple of products. They're currently on Shakeology HD, and it really just makes a lot of sense for them to become discount coaches. So after probably like 2 or 3 months of them getting Shakeology on Home Direct, and even once they start to look at purchasing their second fitness program, that's really when I start to think about them as a discount member. And that's how I'll approach it as well. So I will ask them after, I make sure that Shakeology is still working for them and they're still getting great results from all of their programs. I'll ask them if they've ever considered being a discount member. And I'll tell them a little bit about it where there is a sign-up fee of $40. Or if you are looking to get another challenge pack, your sign-up fee is completely waived for you. And I tell them that they get 25% off all the rest of the products from here on out, and they still can have their Shakeology on Home Direct just at a lesser cost for them. The other thing that I just got from Maria's call that I never thought about putting it this way, but if they pay the $40 and just keep getting their Shakeology on Home Direct, they get their money back in 2 months. That $40 they automatically save within 2 months of having a discounted Shakeology shipment, which is really good. I've never thought about that, and that's a really great way to brand it to people because they already get their money back. The next one that I look at is people who are, again, Shakeology lovers. They're everybody who I talk to. Well, I mean, everyone who I have coming is in as customers. They've either been on Shakeology for a few months or have really wanted to try it, but they can't afford it. And it's not one of those like money objection things. It's one of those people who money is already tight for them, so it's already difficult. And I actually approach these and I cover the category as getting Shakeology paid for so that you can still keep having your healthy lifestyle. So as what I tell them is all you have to do is find 3 friends to join you and your Shakeology is paid for each month. So, and I tell them if one friend does choose to drop off, you just find another friend. It's not about selling to them, it's just about recommending and telling them how many incredible results that you've seen just from having Shakeology every month. So again, you want to put this to the ones who absolutely love Shakeology, can't afford to stay on Home Direct, or they want to try it but can't afford to get it every month or even pay for one supply of it. If you can convince them to see the benefits of it, to make sure that they get their immediate shipment or their first shipment, it really will help to show, help to get them going. And with that one, I have different wordings for each. So with this one, I consider them being, these are my discount coaches. These are the ones I consider to be discount coaches because they are still coaching and they are still going out there and prospecting even if they don't realize it. So I always take that one as, have you ever considered being a discount coach? And this is honestly the first thing that I say to people when they tell me that they want to get off Shakeology or that they've canceled their Shakeology for a money reason. It's the first thing I say. I always say, have you ever considered being a discount coach? You can get your Shakeology paid for in as easy as having 3 friends join you and getting Shakeology. And then, you can also talk to them about, they now get 25% off any future products that they want, like any new fitness programs or anything like that. It really discounts it, so it makes it a little bit more affordable for those who don't have a lot of money. And as we know, a lot of discount coaches become really incredible coaches who move up in this business, so they're not ones to be discounted at all. And then my final one is fitness coaches. These are the people that I actually prospect to become coaches just like us. So they are people who love helping people lose weight, motivate them, and to keep them going. There's a whole long list of people that you can prospect to become coaches, like current active working coaches. Any current active challengers that you have in your challenge groups, whether it be free clean eating groups or your actual paid challenge groups. Both of them, especially if they're motivating other people or posting every day, are really good prospects for coaches. Those who are posting sweaty face pictures on Facebook and talking about how incredible the program that they're doing is and recommending people to you, they're pretty much giving you money that could be their own. I mean, it's great to get money on your own, but really it's also great to have a coach underneath you who's building their business. Long-time customers, again, those on Shakeology Home Direct, if they love it so much, they're most likely sharing it with other people, and that's another great category of people that can be tapped into. Those interested in fitness, so those who maybe go to the gym already or are personal trainers or who go to school for fitness something or physical therapy something or something along those lines, they already have the interest in fitness, so you don't have to get them in on that part. It's getting them in on our programs and our supplements and everything. So again, current fitness professionals, anyone who's teaching classes already or anyone who's going to school for something like this. Like Anna has all of the nutrition people now that she's going to school for. That's her new schooling. So she has a lot of people joining her for from that schooling. The other ones I start to look at is those looking for a second job or extra money. So with those, you actually have to make sure that they realize that this isn't a sales job and that it's not all about the money, but it's also about the reward that you get from watching all of, your coaches and all of your customers getting healthier and everything. For those looking for a second job or extra money, for me, a lot of the times they are actually customers or were past customers or past challengers of mine. And this one is a big one. I'm actually working with a few people who are in this category, and it's someone wanting to work from home or leave their full-time job. I have 2 that I am working with who are saving up the money to be able to purchase their first challenge pack so that they can sign up to coach and get the ball rolling because they love the lifestyle and love being able to want to work from home or leave their full-time job for a whole bunch of different reasons. Can be for their kids, can be for they want to design their own lifestyle. Don't ever judge or think that if people don't have kids, it doesn't mean they don't want to work from home. Because I work from home every day, and I love it. So what I have a little thing that I send out to all of these categories of people. And I really say, have you ever considered what I do, coaching and designing your own lifestyle? I like to put the designing your own lifestyle in there because it really gets them thinking immediately about being able to be their own boss and being able to pick their own work hours. So I really say, have you ever considered doing what I do? Coaching, designing your own lifestyle? It's actually really not that bad, and I really only work a minimum of an hour a day. It's totally doable, even if you're still working full time. So I go from there, and usually I get a yes or a no. Those who say no usually never actually say no. They say not right now. They kind of know where the question is leading and where it's about to go. But those who say, yes, I have considered it, or I want to consider it, then I jump into talking. And I usually say, I'm sure you have a lot of questions. And if we don't have a webinar coming up in the next 24 to 48 hours, I give them a webinar to watch. I don't make them wait more than 2 days to watch a webinar, because more likely they will forget or just not seem as interested anymore. It's better to cap them right when they are interested in the beginning. So I'll actually send them an already recorded webinar that we have to watch for the 25 minutes. And I'll tell them, when do you have 25 minutes to sit down and watch this? And I'll send it to them. It's just like you do with a Challenger video. And then I'll say something along the lines of, let me know once you've watched this, and I will be here to answer all of the questions that I'm sure you will have as soon as it's over. And I really just sit down with them and try and answer their questions. Now, another thing that I have done with 2 of my current coaches is I will jump on a Zoom call with them. If not right afterwards, within the next week or so, and discuss it. And the 2 coaches that I jumped on a Zoom call with, both of them signed up to coach on that Zoom call. And I walked them through it. And it's a lot easier to walk them through it rather than typing constantly like, okay, they're at this step. Okay, I got to think about it. You can have a conversation with them while it's happening, and it makes it a little bit more personal and not seem like you're just in it for the sale or just in it for the new coach. So those are my 3 different categories of coaches. I have 2 rules when it comes to the coaching opportunity. You put coaching in front of everyone. It's just a really simple question. Even those new customers who seem really interested in the products. It's really as simple as, have you ever considered doing what I do, being a coach? My second rule is don't judge. It's not fair to you, and it's definitely not fair to them. Don't ever prejudge anyone and say, oh, they wouldn't want to do this. Why would they want to be a coach? They have the perfect lifestyle. They love their job. You don't know that. You actually don't. They could have something deeper down, or who doesn't want extra money on the side just to make life a little bit easier? So don't ever prejudge anyone. And my last thing that I wanted to go over is I have 4 different ways that I invite. So I do my most recent one that I actually really like doing. I don't know why. It's just fun to me. But I have a little picture of myself holding a blank notebook. It's just like, although you're going to see my notes, but it's just like this, and I usually point to it. I have one out there. It's currently traveling around. And I just put help wanted. I put a little blurb. I can copy and paste that blurb for you guys, but it's just something little like, have you ever considered doing what I do? Have you ever thought about being a coach? Do you want to design your own life? Do you want to set your own work hours? Would you like to work from home? Would you like to leave your full-time job? Things like that. And I'll usually leave it with a call to action at the bottom. Well, actually, I always leave it with a call to action. But it depends. If it's on Instagram, I will say, leave your email address below, and I'll send you the details. If it's on Facebook, I'll say, please comment below if you're interested, or if you would rather, send me a personal message. So then they don't feel obligated to put it out into the public that they're interested in this. Another thing that I do for a different way to invite, which is something that the whole team has been doing, which is what I really enjoy now, is making an event to a coaching webinar. So then every single person can just invite to that one event, and they can see all the other people that are going. So then they don't feel weird, like they might be the only person listening or the only person on that call. I've actually had quite a few people tell me that they like to see that other people are going so that they feel that they aren't alone and that they won't be the only one. The third thing that I do is I make a post, just like the Help Wanted post, about a coaching webinar. It's usually not with the notebook or anything like that, but I do usually make like a little post on either PicMonkey or Canva, and I'll say, have you ever considered coaching webinar at this time? I usually include a picture of myself or a picture of us, the team from Summit, and just little blurbs like, make your own hours, unlimited income, little things like that. And then the last and the most important is a personal invite. I have a goal with every coaching webinar, although it's a little difficult now that we have ones on Wednesday and Thursday. So I guess I might have to change my goal. But for every webinar, I invite 5 people by personal message to the webinar. And I get usually at least one person from those 5 who at least watch the webinar, and that seed is planted. Even if they say, no, not right now, that seed is at least planted for them. So they usually do end up coming around. I mean, of my 4 coaches, all of them had watched a webinar at one point or another. So let's see. I think that might really be it for what I do for coaching and how I invite to the coaching opportunity.
Awesome. That was awesome. Does anybody have any questions at all? Don't be shy. No questions for Jackie. I guess
I have one for you, Jackie.
Okay, go ahead.
What happens if you have a person that's not on Facebook?
I have.
So you can only talk to her through text.
So with those, I've actually had a few. I haven't had one through text message, but I have had emails with people where I just exchange emails the entire time. And it's the same kind of thing, except that there's no group to add to them to. But if they wanted to watch the coaching webinar, you can still send them an email with the link to the coaching webinar.
Okay.
And then I would suggest that if they're going to become a coach, that they get a Facebook.
Well, she has a Facebook, but she has a certain someone that keeps trying to find her. Yeah.
That's difficult too. She can change, make her name a little bit more difficult to find. Like I actually have a few friends who use mother's maiden name or something like that because of situations.
Yeah, she's changed it twice and he's found her. He's very obsessed, I guess you can call it.
Apparently, yes.
Yeah.
Any other questions, guys? Okay, I wanted to make a shout out before we shut this off, even though she's gone now. Brianna have 6 Success Club points in her first month as coaching.
Whoa!
So I'm very excited for her, and I just want to, apparently I need to get more Success Club points because she's going to beat me, so I can't let that happen.
That's awesome.
I
thought that it was great. I think that a couple of the big things was I really liked how you have your 3 different categories for coaches. So right off the bat, you kind of know what you're kind of expecting from them and that sort of thing. So I think that helps kind of, you don't have the expectations. If you have somebody who literally is just going to be a discount coach, you know that right off the bat, and you're not just why isn't she running the business? So I think that's really, really good. And I think I liked how all your different ways of inviting and stuff too. I think it was a really, really good job.
Thanks.
I did take 2 pages of notes. So.
Oh, and she's back on. Oh.
Yeah.
Get me out.
I just announced that you're about to hit Success Club in your first month to the entire team. I thought I'd call you out.
And I missed it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That means you're going to have a call with Carl Deichler next month.
Yeah, that's awesome. Jackie was telling me that on Friday. I didn't know that. That's exciting.
Yay!
I was wondering if it was just me, but it must be the weather here too, because I cut out. Yeah, I know. I'm excited. So right now I'm at 2, but one hasn't went through yet because she had to phone in. So it should be 4, and then I have another lady who's ordering the 21-day fix this week.
That's awesome. That's exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's really exciting. It's my first challenge group. My free group went awesome. It finished today. My first free group had, I think there was 28 of us, so that was exciting.
Yeah. You guys watched this one. She's like killing it.
Yeah. Like a name that at least your name's easy to type. Like I remember when Lana first joined, and it was like every week I had to type her name up to put it on the banner, and like her last name was just like so long, and I was just like, oh my god. But I got to know it pretty quick.
That's funny. My last name is so short.
Yeah, that's good. I appreciate that.
The maiden name is so much easier.
Yeah, what's her maiden name again?
Perot.
Right, yeah.
Lana Perot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So much easier. But yeah, so that's really cool. Oh, one other thing I wanted to share with you guys really quick, and then we will take our screenshot, is just a little sort of tip for like these calls, because I know especially we have a lot of team calls, which is a blessing, but also can be really overwhelming, right? Like if you're like, oh my gosh, I need to like get on every single team call, and there's like so many, because we have Team Victory All-Stars, and we have this one, and we have the Team Victory call on Monday nights. But something that I've started doing that is awesome, and it's like I'm just super productive, and I actually get way more done with doing it this way, is on the Team Victory All-Stars call every night. That's my time to fold laundry, because otherwise I don't get the laundry folded, and it's so mindless that I actually take more away from the call. Like I actually listen more intently to the call when I'm folding laundry during it than if I'm not, because otherwise I'm really bad for like looking at my Facebook during the call and doing these other things that kind of distracts me from the call. But laundry's totally mindless, so I'm literally just listening to the call and I'm taking it all in. So it's just kind of a little tip. If you guys are finding yourself like falling behind on like mindless chores around the house, these team calls are actually a really good time to do that sort of stuff. And I know it's kind of awkward, especially if you have your camera on and stuff, but whatever. I don't even know if anybody was watching me like walking around the house. And then Serena was like looking at my mom, and she goes, Nana, help! Nana, help! And she's waving. And my mom's just like sitting there. She's like, why isn't she waving back? Like, I don't know if she sees you. But yeah, just a little tip, because I find that really helps, because otherwise I don't get my laundry folded, and then it's just a big mess. So, yeah. But anyways, so thank you, Jackie. Congratulations, Brianna.
Thank you.
That's exciting. I'm going to do a screenshot now.
Now that my face shouldn't be as red.
You're fine, Jackie.
Yeah, you did good. Okay, everybody ready? Awesome. Yes, you did really, really good. Like, and it's funny because every time you say something about like being uncomfortable on camera and stuff, I'm like, what? Like, it doesn't come across at all. Like, it's like you seem totally fine. Like, yeah, you did really good.
My weekly calls with Brianna is helping.
That's good. That's awesome.
Because they've been more consistent than weekly.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's obviously working for both of you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. All right. Well, if nobody else has anything else, I will end this and let you guys go and have a really great week. All right.
Do we have to weigh in on Wednesday?
You should get a notification or like an email or something. Yeah, I think you can start weighing in like 48 hours before. So I think we can even weigh in as early as Tuesday, maybe tomorrow.
Do we have to do our pictures too for this one?
Yeah. Yeah. That's how they always like, they make sure it's like official and that people aren't like lying or whatever.
True.
So, but yeah, you should get a notification or something. And also on that note, I was also thinking of just kind of continuing in that 4-week no junk group, doing like 4-week no junk challenge and like along with it again. And so we'll schedule, like we'll plan different people to post on different days again and stuff for the next 4 weeks starting on Wednesday in that group. So if you have anybody else anybody new who's doing our diet bet, advertise the no junk food challenge again starting on this Wednesday, and we'll just use that same group.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think that group really helped. I know it really helped me. So we might
I actually kind of lost track with all the other groups that I'm in, so I kind of slacked on the junk food one.
Yeah, it's hard sometimes if you're in a bunch of groups. But I only have like that. I don't know. I just have them set up in my favorites, so then it's like easy. Because then when I'm like, oh, I'm just checking my groups now, I just go like this group, okay, check that. Da-da. The next group, check that. Da-da. The next group, check that. Done. So that helps. But anyways, okay, I will end this, and yeah, have a good week, everybody.
Bye, guys.